Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first installment of the new series. This series is going to be about optimizing recovery for weightlifting. Now, I figured that for all this recovery stuff, I probably better break it up into a couple different videos. So, this first video is going to be about food because I'm hungry right now. You guys should keep in mind before we ever get into any of this series, I'm not officially educated in any of this. So, take everything I say with a grain of salt. This is just from my experience, what I've learned, and I think that it'll help out a lot of other people out there because I don't see anybody else talking about this stuff. So I want to talk about it. First off, is let's get the least, at least in my mind, the least scientific and the one that I understand the most because it's extremely simple out of the way first. And that's going to be calories. I have a little bit of a background in bodybuilding and a little bit in powerlifting before I went into weightlifting. So I kind of know a little bit about like calories and calories per body weight and whatever, all the whatever complex formulas bodybuilders like to make up. What I can say is that, especially as a younger lifter myself, the more I eat, honestly, the better I lift. And it's just a simple thing. It's just energy in, energy out. Eating a lot of calories for me has just helped so very much in boosting my numbers. I can't tell you how many times I've done squat blocks, and every time I do a heavy strength block or heavy squat block, anything like that, if I'm eating upwards of 3,500 calories a day, I'm going to get stronger. Right now, I'm at about I'm down because I just went on vacation and I don't usually eat a lot of vacations. I normally like to stay around that 186, 187 range. And to put those into kilograms, I think 183 is, I just did the math earlier, it's like 83 kilograms. And then I like to stay around that 85 kilogram range. I feel a lot better at that 85 kilogram range. So my next goal is to bulk up to the heavier weight class, which I think is 88 kilos, so like 194 pounds. So in order to do that, my plan has been to eat for sure above 3,500 calories every single day. Ideally, I reach 4,000. I have an extremely fast metabolism, so I eat a lot of food and I don't gain weight super quick when I eat a lot of food. And I usually like to spread that out over 4 meals if I can, and a lot of snacking. So let me go into how I like to break down those calories. I like to eat a lot of protein. I like to get around, I gotta do math. Hold on. 220 grams of protein a day. I think that's best for me. I eat a lot of red meat. I like steaks and roasts. I like beef and deer and elk, and so I eat a lot of that. But I like a lot of meat, right? I feel like I recover a lot better around that 220 gram plus range in protein. Fats, I don't really pay attention to fats, to be honest with you. And again, this isn't scientific. This is just like what I've learned I like to look at and what I don't care to look at. And I don't really care to look at fats. Like I said, I have a fast metabolism. I don't pack on fat that easily. So paying attention to fat for me is just not a big issue. Carbs, I'm a little bit heavier on the carb side. Actually, that's not true. I'm on the lighter side of carbs in most cases. For how much protein I eat, I really do not eat that many carbs. I like to get around 300 grams of carbs in a day. That's good for functioning. It's honestly like, for me, I feel lethargic. I feel extremely lethargic if I eat any more than 300 grams of carbs a day. That is like right on the brink of good weightlifting and feeling awful. And then whatever I don't get in carbs and protein, I'll make up for in fats. It's probably not the healthiest way to go about things, and I know there's a lot more scientific methods to doing this kind of stuff, but I don't really pay attention to that, just to be honest with you. I'm looking at getting 3,500 to 4,000 calories in a day. I'm looking to hit 220 on protein, and I'm looking to hit at least or around 300 on carbs. Okay, jumping back in with my bro science here, we're going to talk about omega-3s. I'm a huge fan of omega-3 intake. And again, I don't know the science behind any of this stuff. This is just like, I test a lot of different stuff for my personal self, and I can tell you that when I consume upwards of 500 milligrams of omega-3s a day, I recover way better. My joints feel way better. I move faster. I wake up better, I sleep better. It's just a better deal. I am a little bit picky about how I consume them. I do not like getting my omega-3s from fish oil. I know a lot of people are big on that. I've done like mega doses on fish oil, meaning like 10 plus capsules a day. I did that in preparation for my competition. I took that competition a little bit too serious, but that's besides the point. But I was taking a lot of fish oil, and your pee starts to smell really weird. And I don't think that that's exactly a bad thing, or that's exactly a good thing, I should say, because when you pee, that's your body expelling toxins, and if your pee gets really toxic, then it probably means you got excess toxins in your body that you're having to expel. And I think that there's a bit of a downside, or at least a risk, or something not good going on when your piss is smelling like pneumonia. It turns like green almost. It's not, there are better things you could be doing out there. So what I like to do instead is I like to consume a lot of whole nuts and eggs. I am huge on eggs. I have chickens. We get a lot of eggs from the chickens, obviously, and the ducks. We have ducks too, and they lay a lot of eggs. So I like to eat 5 eggs a day. I think that 5+ eggs a day really helps with my nutrition and really helps with my recovery. I don't really care how I get those eggs down. I just like to eat 5 eggs. It doesn't matter if it's an omelet, if they're hard boiled, if what's the other options for eggs? Scrambled. I feel like I'm going to get critiqued on this a lot, but this is just personal experience. So, judge as much as you want. I don't really care. I've taken creatine. To be honest with you, I haven't taken enough creatine to probably make a huge difference or make, honestly, any difference in my performance. So I'm not consistent. I'm just going to be honest with you. At least in taking supplements, I'm usually not that consistent. I'm consistent with getting in the gym. I love working out. But taking supplements, I'm not consistent on that kind of stuff. I'm not big on creatine. A lot of people are. I probably should be. I haven't done much research into creatine, which is stupid because there's so much research that has been done on creatine. Other things I like to take, I like BCAAs. I like fiber. I'm big on fiber. A big thing I've noticed is that digestive health is very indicative of your recovery. If you're not digesting food, then you're not going to recover. So I'm big on fermented foods. I like eating a lot of fermented foods, and I'm big on fiber because I think that the better you pass food, the better that you can absorb food and obviously recover. I take zinc. I'm outside a lot, so I don't take vitamin D. Probably a lot of people need to take vitamin D, if I had to guess, because I don't think many people are as outdoorsy as I am. I don't think there's any research that'll deny that vitamin D is amazing for you. Vitamin C, I'm pretty big on vitamin C. Not too much because you'll get the runs, but I like vitamin C. I like taking a lot of vitamin C. I do like taking zinc. I think zinc also helps with my recovery. I don't know why. But like I said, I've just tried a lot of different stuff, and this is just the stuff that helps me, is zinc. I really shouldn't be talking about this. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Here's the last thing. Here's what I want to end it on. I'll end it on, because I'm American, all right? I'll end it on fast food. Fast foods, everybody knows they're not good for you. That's like a well-known fact. I'm establishing well-known facts here. I can personally eat a fair bit of fast food. Like if I eat fast food any more than, I would say, 4 times a week, I will feel it in training. For me personally, at least, what I've noticed is that I train so much better when I'm eating like steaks, roasts, vegetables, rice, potatoes, like the whole foods, the eggs, the chicken, the omelets, that is eggs, the oatmeal, heavy cream, coffee, stuff that's just like, it's hearty, that's what I train best on. Found that if I eat more than 4 times a week fast food, then my training just kind of starts to nosedive. Honestly, for the calories, I kind of like eating fast food 2 or 3 times a week, just because I can load up on calories, and it's not a huge issue if I'm only doing it twice a week. Actually, you know what? Here's the key takeaways. Here is what, if I had to like send you off on your merry way, which I'm going to have to, okay? This is about the end of the video. If I got to send you off on your merry way with the main takeaways, it would be this: eat in a calorie surplus. If you don't want to gain too much weight, eat in a very small calorie surplus, like 200 plus calories. That's like a small PB&J sandwich, you know? Eat a lot of protein for sure, over your body weight in pounds, in grams of protein. I'm big on like supplements that you might miss out on, so I like taking zinc, I like taking vitamin C. I eat a lot of protein, so I don't really need extra amino acids. At least I've found that I need that. Hydrates too, electrolytes. So like drinking salt in your water, like a little bit of salt in your water, that helps me a lot too. And then lastly, omega-3s. Get those omega-3s. Eat all your eggs, eat your whole nuts, and if you really are in a pinch, eat your fish oil. That's all I got for today's video, guys. That's what I have found to be the best for optimizing your recovery food-wise. I'll see you in the next video.